attracted to the spiritual guy with the long hair and the beads and the jewelry.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, I'll teach you some tantra.
Do you want to share, and do you want to, maybe mom and dad should click off if they don't want to hear?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
That was the worst.
Wow.
I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's the worst. Like, okay, like nobody can fuck with me.
Rocky, thank you for coming on to the podcast. You have traveled here to our Hawaii studio from Costa Rica, a 36-hour time travel to get here. And I want to get into like the dating scene in Costa Rica.
Diving straight in.
And but first, like, what were you doing in Costa Rica exactly?
Yeah. Costa Rica is like my second home, and I hosted a retreat there in November. And that was super fun. That was my second retreat, first one all by myself. And yeah, so I did that, and then I just kind of chilled after, hung out with some friends, jumped in some rivers, the ocean, and I did some teaching at the yoga school that I got certified at. So that was really fun to, to dive back into the teaching world and explore the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we mention that we're twins, by the way?
Oh yeah, Rocky and Marley are
to
twins.
Say that, but
fraternal twins.
Fraternal twins.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really cool though. I mean, Kevin, you've been to Costa Rica. I have not, so I'm just hearing about it from both of you.
Yeah, I actually really I wasn't at the yoga retreat. I've just been there before, and I love it also. It's really cool. And Costa Rica and Hawaii both, I think are great places to live.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were doing yoga teaching down there, and then what's the dating scene like?
Well, I have never dated anyone in Costa Rica before. It's different. I've always felt like there's more single women than men there, so I honestly just have not put any effort into dating there.
And there's also like a language barrier too, right? Like
yeah,
Spanish.
and it depends. Like expats, which are the gringos who move there, essentially, and they live there, versus ticos, the Costa Ricans, who they're just, there's cultural differences, and so I think just like I definitely got hit on a lot by ticos, and I don't know. I guess for me, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm tired.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I actually have peppermint oil, maybe causing my eyes to
burn.
well up and burn.
Yeah, Marley has been, she's been putting peppermint oil on her thyroid.
I was told,
too.
I was recommended to put peppermint oil on my thyroid because I've been having thyroid issues, and anyway, so if my eyes are fluttering weirdly, that's why. I don't think I rubbed it into my eyes. I think it's just like almost like up there. But yeah, I mean, it's okay, Rock. Like, I feel like your brain is in a lot
I'm
of places
bleeding.
right now.
I feel like really low energy. I'm hot, and I have brain fog. I'm still landing here. Getting here was like really hard for me.
Yeah.
And so, and like, I'm at the state of my life where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't know where, and this seems to be a repeating pattern, so hence why I'm still single, because we're just figuring it out day by day. And yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, back to the cultural differences. I've experienced like being followed home on my bike before, or being like touched unwanted, and I don't
you
know.
riding a bicycle?
I was riding a
Okay.
bicycle, and that was a couple of years back when I lived there. But so I guess that created some like a strong like protector shields in me, and I feel like that was part of why I got this tattoo. I was like, this dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like nobody can fuck with me. And I mean, I can go deeper into the healing I've gone through over around men. But I've noticed like a lot of the gringo men who, like, I don't know, a lot of them are really attractive. Same with Ticos too. I, it's like finding a man who meditates or practices yoga or has a spiritual practice, which is someone that I would be interested in. Usually they are expats there, and most of the men at the conscious community I like to go to are taken. And so I go to Ecstatic Dance Church, and it's just like so many beautiful women and like some beautiful men, but just a lot. The ratio is very high women.
Right. And what
Yeah.
do these expats normally do for work that are able to like go live there?
They usually do some sort of online
Right.
thing or cryptocurrency. A lot of digital nomad people. So I would say that, I don't know, I haven't had the best dating experiences, or really much, any at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you've been like focusing on your yoga there, so it's not that hasn't been like you didn't go there to date. You know, you went there to like work and do your yoga.
Right, but I feel like also you have been kind of calling in like a partner, it sounds like, but also I don't know, it just makes me think of like the challenges that especially someone who's kind of like into spirituality, not necessarily a religion, like there's like certain kinds of like challenges that you might face in the dating world. Like, is this person open-minded? Are they genuine in their spiritual journey, you know? And it's interesting because, like, I don't know about you, but like personally, I like sort of shifted from, like, at first I would kind of seek out the spiritual guys or like someone who's very like identified in like spirituality. And then I sort of found that I had a lot of really unwanted experiences with that, or feeling manipulated, or like, wow, they're not actually like very embodied in the way that I thought they were. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and so then I kind of like shifted towards like, okay, is this person like grounded? Are they embodied? Like, I don't really care so much if they're a spiritual identity, like as long as they're open-minded and they let me be whoever I want to be. So like, what's your journey kind of with that?
Is that making you emotional?
I just had to sneeze and then it didn't happen. And I'm really sad about it. But yeah, oh boy. I can't say that I've ever dated. I don't have much experience dating. I mean, I'm like a baby in the dating world.
Yeah.
Right. How long have you been single?
8 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years now.
Yeah.
Right.
Single,
But playing the field.
playing the field, sort of.
A little.
As far as the spiritual guy goes, yeah, I also similar experience. Really attracted to the spiritual guy with the long hair and the beads and the jewelry
Yeah.
and like, oh yeah, I'll teach you some tantra. I'll teach you how to
Are they from New York?
orgasm for, hours on end. And it's just, I mean, let's just be clear, I never engaged with anyone like that. But I'm just painting the vibe for you.
But that is kind of the spiritual, like, vibe is like the free sexuality and
Yeah, and also I'm not gonna tie myself down.
Right.
There's this like free love thing that a lot of people are following, where it's like, oh, like I want to be free to have sex with multiple people, and I feel like you did kind of you have had some experiences with that, and like how do you navigate that? Like, what? Yeah.
That comes from like knowing yourself, and sometimes you have to engage in something to know whether it is a yes or a no, like if you don't know and you're curious. But like, yeah, you have to trust your gut. If you know that you're like monogamous, only if I feel safe in this container when it's like just one person. But if you love someone or if you want to get to know them and you're okay with that, with them exploring with other people, the communication is really essential, having that. And yeah, communicating your boundaries. I feel like, especially if people are engaging with other people, like sexually, you have to have clear boundaries and communicate what's like, what's in the playing field, what's not. But yeah, I guess I've just felt sometimes like the spiritual awakened man persona can be put on by men or even women too, like goes both ways. But just it can be like, oh yes, I'm spiritual, I meditate, I do this, I do that, and it's like I'm pure. That sort of cloak can mask the real person behind. And like I think in general, yeah, like sex has been kind of distorted because of how many people have experienced trauma and experienced like unwanted attention and stuff. And it is a very sacred thing, and a spirit in the spiritual realm, like sex is union, and it's a very powerful like way of transforming energy and awakening in yourself. But I think sometimes that can be not fully harnessed in the pure way. It can be like, oh yeah, I'm spiritual, so therefore like that's the center of my relationship. But is it just, are you really honoring the sacredness of it? I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that made so much sense. And I feel that so much. Like, I feel like there are a lot of masks in the spiritual community and a lot of, almost like pretending to be in this like more evolved state than you are kind of thing. And it can be very confusing, especially when you're dating, like how to navigate who is in their authenticity and who is just being manipulative. And then I know that I've had experiences where I've trusted the wrong person. Like, it takes a while for them to show their true colors sometimes. And then you can like beat yourself up if you were intimate with the person or something, like, oh, I should have seen this. But yeah, I think that this is like something that I've seen a lot actually in people, and just kind of like the mask. And when it comes to like intimacy, I mean, you're merging energies with that person. Like on an energetic level, like your chakras are like merging with the person, like your kundalini. So interesting, because I feel like you know a lot about the kundalini because of the kundalini dance that you teach. And but like that gets activated when you have sex. And so like who are you bringing into your energy? Like that is really, yeah, I think it's
and
easy to overlook.
there could be, I mean, I don't know if you've had any experience where like you feel like somebody is just, put on this like I do yoga and like I'm spiritual and just to kind of get into the like into the group of women that are at the yoga
Right.
place to try to like fit in with them. And
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had people show up to my classes before, and I can just tell, like, that. I mean, yeah, maybe they're probably there for the yoga too, but I can tell when there's an added bonus of being in a room of women and a downward facing dog and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I've, like, I was a certified teacher, I started doing yoga in the park in Seattle, and men would come up to me and ask me if they could stretch with me.
Oh.
Oh God, I have to sneeze again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Oh
And it
man.
never came.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's when I learned boundaries and how to say no. And also just like, if you ever see a woman practicing yoga or meditating, don't approach her.
Yeah.
Don't go up to her.
What do you say if a random guy comes up and says, "Can I stretch with you?"
No, I'm in my own space.
Yeah.
But have a nice day.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say that. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Or if somebody says, "Oh, are you meditating?"
Yeah.
No,
I was meditating.
Exactly, I was. And
Yeah.
now I'm not.
Yeah.
One time somebody in India, I was like meditating by the river, and he's like, "Hi, excuse me, what's your name?" And I was just like, "Do you mind if I take a photo of you while you're meditating?"
No.
No. No. Please don't. Please go away. But and just one photo. Just one. I'm like, no. No. Please.
No way.
Okay, fine. You can take a photo.
You let him take a photo.
And then he started talking to me. It's just like, anyway.
Oh my
I learned
God.
real quick how to be firm. And
Yeah.
I think, now we're getting into like, from personally,
Yeah.
boundaries are a thing I'm learning how to express. And being in India and Nepal was like the big big wake up of like, you need to speak
Yeah.
how you feel. You need to speak it. You can't just be like closed energy. You have to say it out loud. No. Yeah, anyway, I don't know where the question was, but
No, that's great, Rocky. I feel like you're just giving so much like backstory of like your journey, and I don't know what question we were at either, but I think just going off of that, like, I mean, you're very like well traveled, and so yeah, and some of the things that you would tell me about like interactions that you would have with men, I would be like, oh my God, like that is so inappropriate. And I mean, just that story alone is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just came up to you and like asked you to take a photo while you're meditating. Like, how it is such a vulnerable state to be in when you're meditating, and then to like have someone step into your energy. And yeah, it
Yeah.
seems to me like you've been getting a lot of tests of like pushing you to like be more and more like firm with your boundaries, which,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is weird how, like, I mean, some guys can do that, be like, interrupt you when you're meditating and want to take a photo, and then there's other guys that, like, are just too afraid to even say hi to a woman
Right,
also.
then there's also like the side of when you do like a guy, you want them to take initiative and like give you attention and like show you that they like you. And like, I guess it's like, yes, there's unwanted attention, but then there's also attention that you want and you might not be getting. And so like, how do you navigate that? Because it's not like we want to be like telling all men like, step back and be passive either.
Right, because then the guy that you want the attention from might, you know,
Be too scared to step up. They don't want
yeah,
to make you feel uncomfortable. They're respectful. They're trying to be respectful, and you're just like, hey, like, you know?
yeah. Like when I came over to like just before we started dating, when I showed up randomly with the
The cactus.
the cactus and the wooden spoon, and I was like driving to your house, and I just kept thinking, like, oh my God, I'm gonna scare the shit out of her. I'd just been over to her house one time, and then I just showed up unannounced, and I'm like, this is gonna freak her out. Like now she might not feel safe at her house because I
Yeah.
just randomly showed up.
Yeah, and it kind of did. I mean, I was like a single woman living alone in the forest in a tiny home. But then once I saw it was you, I mean, we'd been friends for several years, and so
Yeah.
I felt safe with you. But yeah, just anyone showing up to your house, that would be weird. Like, we knew each other, our family knew each other already. And so, yeah, but I also think, how do you, like, do you have any thoughts on this, Rocky? Like, how, like, what is the kind of like, it almost seems like a gray area of like, what's the difference between like being creepy and,
Yeah, and like, what would you, if you had an interest in a guy, like, what would you want him to do? You know?
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I think it comes from like the get-go, like being able to say what you want and say what you don't want. And when you do that from the very beginning, you're able to express boundaries. It helps you to not experience trauma and not experience harassment and things that you ultimately didn't want. So, like for me personally, I've had a lot of experiences where in my early stages of intermingling with men where I didn't say no. I felt more safe to just go with it. And that then I end up feeling icky or like violated when it's like I didn't speak my power, my words. And then I start to get closed off and like protective, and internally it's this energy of like fighting. Like I just want to like punch someone, punch a dude
Wow.
because
Yeah.
I'm angry. I'm
Yeah.
like, because I don't feel, yeah,
Totally.
but that, but like how can I take responsibility for that by expressing what I don't want and what I do want? Because if I'm in that energy of like closed off, which that's what that will create, then men don't approach me, or they're scared to approach me, or I don't give off that open vibe. Even if I'm talking to a guy, like I might come off really guarded or like really like hurt, like it's just, it shows.
Yeah.
And so I think that being able to, when you can speak your boundaries and everything, then yeah, you want someone to pursue you as the feminine in the relationship, and be able to express interest, like know that it's okay to say, to express interest in someone if you like them or if you think they're cute, because that gives them the green light
Yeah.
to pursue you.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be one way.
Right, because I think a lot of times, like, a respectful man might be a little bit unsure because they don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, which is totally valid. Trying to, like, circle back to something you said about, well, just, like, expressing your boundaries, too, and, like, taking responsibility for not setting the boundaries. I mean, I think that's huge because also women are like, I mean, I think kind of everyone, but especially women are really programmed to like please. And when we are in this, like, I guess if we're afraid for our safety, a lot of times women will consent even when they don't want to. And so I think that's where it also becomes a gray area and confusing because, like, we are programmed to, like, please. And that's, like, a coping mechanism. It's also, like, to make sure we don't get further injured or hurt by, like, the man or the situation. And so we'll consent. And it's almost like a survival instinct to do that. And I think it comes from, like, I always root it down to, like, karmic cycles and, like, in history, like, women had to submit to men. And it was, like, men a lot of times owned the woman. Like, you don't have any rights unless you're married, and the man has all the rights over the family, over the money, everything. So it's a survival mechanism. Is everything okay? It's a survival mechanism to please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that
I know these chairs aren't the most comfortable.
it's not the most comfy.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Working on it. Rocky's just getting situated. Yeah, so...
Yeah. I guess, do you have any crazy stories you want to share, Rocky?
afraid to dive deep. Like,
Yeah.
whatever you want to
And this is the
share.
point if you want to give a message to any
Yeah.
family that could be listening.
Okay. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'll share. Just
wanna share?
because I feel like it's, yeah, this is where Marley said our human design is that we make mistakes for other people to learn from sometimes. And
Yeah, I just got a human design reading. We hope to have the reader
Yeah.
on our podcast soon. But anyway, she was talking about, I think it's profile 3, but we're profile 1-3. I think all 3 of us are profile 1-3. I have to look into that again. But all I know is that, like, we, especially me and Rocky, but I think Kevin is in this too.
Yeah, because you guys have the same birthday.
Yep,
Yeah.
same birthday, so yeah, same profile, and people learn from our failure, I guess. And so that's kind of what, your human design is, like your cosmic DNA. It's what you're here to be. And so people learn from our mistakes.
that made me feel better because I'm just freaking tumbling my way through life, like I feel like sometimes. And
yeah.
it's really freeing to have this, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna try these things and see what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think our profile is about, is like trying things new that no one else has tried, and like, like you said, tumbling through life, but also making mistakes along the way, and then other people will learn from your profile. I don't know. All profiles are different. How whatever your role is. I don't know much about human design, but yeah. So given that, do you want to share, and do you want to, maybe mom and dad should click off if they don't want to hear?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
mom and dad, you might not want to hear this part.
I think I'm just noticing, like, that it's really important to notice the red flags and notice what you feel in your body. And yeah, I think I've just been sometimes, like, thought that even if something feels like contraction or anxiety, that I have to do it anyway, or that I'm going to do it anyway. And this is part of how I grow as I go through this thing. And, like, knowing that you have every right to say no at any point, even if he buys you dinner.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was, like, kind of a funny one. I was in India. I was, like, having a not so great day. It was really hot. It was just starting to get hot, and I was just solo girl on my own. Didn't really know what to do with myself, so I'm just bouncing around cafes. I go to the river, swim. And so I'm sitting by the river. It's kind of like sunset hour. And this guy was like, "Hey, I like your tattoo on your arm." And he was the first guy that said something to me in India that I wasn't super turned off by. Like, I felt like, I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I don't know. Then somehow he said something to me about how he could tell that I was thinking a lot. Or that I was not in a great emotional state. And I was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." Cried. And then he came over to me. He's like, "Do you mind if I come sit with you?" I'm like, "Okay." And then he's like, "Do you mind if he's telling me he's this, like, healer guy, spiritual dude who's pretty well known for, I don't know. Yeah. Whatever.
Like, well known in his community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For being very connected to source. And he's like, "Let me just do this thing with your foot." So he takes my foot and he's like drawing circles on it. He's like, just breathe. And it was like this way to release energy, and I felt like stuff was releasing. It's healing to talk to another person and have like that reflected back to you and have them make you cry and realize the emotions you're carrying. So that felt nice, and I felt safe with this dude. And then he's like, do you want to go get some food right here and we can like keep chatting? And I was like, sure. And yeah, and I don't know, we just like vibed, and then he was like, well, do you want to come back to my hostel and we can keep getting to know each other? Normally I would be like, no, like definitely not. But it was, I don't know, I felt fine. He was cute so far, and so I was like, sure, go back to his hostel. He had to do this whole thing to get my passport and like register me in the system, and it was like, and then I saw him getting frustrated, and I was like, let's just not do this. Like, this is obvious. Maybe this isn't meant to be. And he's like, no. And I was like, okay. When somebody gets angry, that's when you leave. Like, that's when I should have been like, no.
Yeah.
But I was just like, okay, fine. And yeah, he wasn't the best kisser.
Wait, when did you start kissing?
Yeah, wait, how did that part?
Anyway, I got approved to go stay in his room, and he like upgraded to it, and I was just like, oh god, he already like upgraded to another room. Anyway, and it was fine, and he was like, yeah, my friend is gonna bring us condoms, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my god, his friend was bringing
How many hours is this after he gave you the foot the foot circles?
I don't know, maybe 2 hours or so.
What?
Maybe 2 hours or so.
Okay.
And then yeah. Do
Do you find that a very spiritual encounter?
No, yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sorry,
I just want to
okay.
finish it because
Yeah.
it's cringe. Like, I'm gonna cringe really
I
hard.
know. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
So just like please listen with like a soft heart, and yeah,
Yeah.
because
Again,
this was
like-
really embarrassing for me, and I've told
Yeah.
a few people about it, and it was just like one of those things where I'm like, why did you not notice the red flags?
Yeah.
So he wasn't a great kisser, whatever. Eventually, I don't know, we just like went to bed. He's like, oh, my friend hasn't come with the condoms yet. In my body, I did not want to have sex with this man. I knew it, but he upgraded to a new room. He was there. I was just like, this is what's going to happen. Okay, that's just like, how many women out here have said yes because, like, it's the thing that he wants to happen. He thinks that's the next part of how this is going to go. And you just want to go with it because it makes your life easier and you don't have to deal with the resistance of
Yeah.
saying no.
Yeah.
And I could sense he maybe would get angry. I don't know if I said no. But anyway, so I went to bed, we went to sleep, and he wakes me up at like 2 a.m. My friend came with the condoms. And I'm like, oh, okay. He didn't help me at all, really, with any foreplay or anything much. Mm-hmm. He like it's a strawberry vanilla flavored condom. And I was like, ew. But okay. So then he puts it on. He's like, I don't even know how this got to this point, but he was like, so Rocky, are you ready to rock?
No.
I felt every part of my body just like contract. I was like, I'm about to vomit on your dick.
Oh my god.
But I didn't, and I was like, I was like, can you not say that? Can you just not say that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yeah, so we had sex for maybe a minute, and I didn't really feel much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I was not feeling much. And so then he like kind of starts to get off of me, and I was like, okay, great. Are we changing positions? Because that wasn't really working for me. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, I already came. And I was like, what? After 1 minute? Really? He's like, yeah, like excited, like that was a success. And I was like, well, don't you know how to like hold yourself back at all, you know? And he's like, well, why would I hold back the energy?
Right.
And I was
Trying to
like,
make it a spiritual thing.
You're right.
why would I hold back? Well, because I'm here, dumbass. What the fuck? So I was just, after that, I was like done. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to sleep and pretend like this never happened. And like he like whispered in my ear, I think we're for each other. And I was
Oh
like,
my god.
ick. And the next morning he was like, do you want to go out to breakfast with me? Well, he was like, that was his last night in the town, so. And I was like, no, I don't.
Oh my
Probably
god.
made up some excuse, but now I know it's okay to just say, no, I don't want to go out to breakfast with you. And yeah, and I actually came down with an illness that night.
Wow.
I think I went back to the hospital. It was probably some food poisoning I ate something that day, and I was sick for 2
Like
weeks.
some strawberry.
Yeah, and I didn't have a period for 3 months after that, probably because that fucking strawberry vanilla condom fucked up my pH, is my guess, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Wow.
that was the worst.
Wow, that's
I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's the worst.
Yeah.
It was just the most cringe.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I know that was like not easy to share, but I also know that a lot of women go through similar experiences where they're like, they go through it and then later they're like, why did I do that? I can say that I've done that. And it's just like nice to know that you're not alone when, you go through that and you're like, what, like, how did I not see all the red flags right in front of my face, you know? But I also think, like, that's how you learn what the red flags are, too. But yeah. So,
yeah. That sounds like a terrible experience
yeah, like,
to have.
absolutely terrible. Yeah. What did you do? Like, did you do anything to cleanse yourself of the situation? Like, how did you recover from it?
I continue to meditate every day. And yeah, I was vomiting and pooping a lot.
Wow, like
That's
your
pretty-
body was
Well, I was also sick, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I
that
just-
can be pretty cleansing.
Yeah.
it was very, very cleansing.
Yeah, like maybe that's needed to happen for your body to clear itself. Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, I learned a very big lesson there.
You might wanna.
Far
I don't know.
away.
Sometimes the mic can make
Yeah.
weird noises.
Two fists.
2 fists, okay.
Yes.
But now, I mean, we're jumping topics.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We can jump.
Well, man, there's so much I could talk about.
Well, gosh.
India was like this, and Nepal. I got molested on a bus in Nepal, and that was the thing that really erupted my inner fire after, Costa Rica. As a solo girl, being the only white girl on this bus, and like feeling like my only way to be safe was to not make a big deal, even though and like when he did that, I was like, I very clear, like yelled and said no, and nothing ever happened again. But after that point, like other people were like, call the police, you should have called the police. I'm like, honestly, as long as nothing else happened after that, felt safer for me to just hide, and be quiet. Unfortunately, and I know that I'm not the only one who's experienced that, but that kind of evoked this like rage against men. And I know it's like there's lifetimes of that, of being controlled or being not treated well. And that created a very thick plate around my heart. And cause like in general is makes it really hard to connect with someone romantically and let someone into my heart. Just he was seeing me as I was, like we were connecting, and during this time I was going through this Kundalini dance immersion, to essentially heal my relationship with my sexuality, with men. And I essentially like gave my breastplate, which is that shield that we have around our heart. I was like going into all these feeling into what how I was keeping love out. Part of it is the breastplate, which is the shield. And I gave it to the Divine Mother, to Mother Earth, as I'm talking to this guy who's like telling me all the right things, that he's into me, telling me what he loves about me. I'm like, wow, I feel so safe. I feel like I can finally open my heart to love. I give it over. And then he continues to love bomb me, and then boom, he's gone. Ghosted.
Yeah.
And like then the heart protector was like, that's why we close, Rocky. That's why we don't let love in. Because of people like that. Because they'll show you everything you want to hear, everything you want to see. And like, then they're just gone. And I have no control. I have no control over that. And that fucked me up, that experience, from being so vulnerable and so naked, and like finally I can open my heart to love, to like heartbreak.
Yeah.
But it was all, I think, divine timing, because I was like, okay, Rocky, like you know all the tools. You have all the tools to heal your heart on your own, and like you know that Anahata, heart chakra, unstruck, unbroken, is the translation. You cannot have love taken away from you. As broken as you feel, like you're never really broken. And that's, yeah, but like that took me a while. And then it's like, then I manifest other men into my life who are detached, like don't really want all of me and just want to give me little breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
And what happens when men are giving you breadcrumbs, and we're just like, then it's like you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed and low and sad. And then you get a breadcrumb and it's this dopamine hit, and you get a spike of energy, and you're like, yes, and it feels so good. And that's the feeling that we want, and we chase that again and again.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning right now in my life how to say no to breadcrumbs. Like, give me the full enchilada. Show me that you want me.
This full enchilada.
I am the full enchilada. And like, no, you can't just have like part of me
Yeah.
anymore. Like,
Right.
you can't just do that.
Yeah.
Do you think you were like subconsciously manifesting someone that was like that though? Like the little breadcrumbs is what
Yeah.
you were saying. Yeah.
Well, because you're willing to take it. You're not like
Yeah.
that's I think the huge thing that I've learned is like saying no. Like saying no even if you're desperate for those little breadcrumbs, even if you're like I haven't been touched in years, and it gets you to someone who will give you the full piece of bread, the full toast with the cherry on top. I don't know if that doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and then
I-
so like who are you manifesting now? And maybe it's good to say on the pod if you
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
to like speak it into.
We find that when we say it on the
pod.
pod, it happens, which is
Yeah.
why we did our $100 million podcast episode where we talked about manifesting money. But anyway.
Yeah, because we did a pod about moving, how we were manifesting to move to Hawaii, and then, but we actually we took that one down because it.
We did. We took that
yeah.
one down.
But then 3 months later it happened. So, anyways, Rocky, giving you.
But I do want to, like, before you say what you're calling in, I just also want to, like, acknowledge that with that guy that you talked about who broke your heart and, like, you opened your heart and then he ghosted you, he did reach back out, right? And you shut it down. And, like,
I
that
did.
was you, like, saying no to the breadcrumbs. And so you did, like, learn from the experience, and then you're like, that's, like, I will not settle for less anymore. And then you responded, and you said, I mean, I don't know exactly what you said, but I just remember having that conversation with you, like, oh, he's reaching out again. What the heck do I do here? Like, and you were, like, really good about just being like, no, you're cut. Like, you don't get to
Yeah.
come and go from my life like that.
Yeah. I've been really blessed to have a lot of girlfriends who support me in like deleting and cutting out people in my life who don't value me. And so I'm really inspired by like some of the women in my life who are just like no. And that's what I am want to be, is to say like no more. And yeah, it's true, when you cut out that energy that's not filling you up all the way, you create space for the aligned to come in, the aligned person to come in. As much as we want to hold on to like that person who thinks that they want like part of you, no, like
They should know that they want all of you. And it doesn't have to be right away. Like, they still have to get to know you, right? Like, but, like, I think that those deeper conversations of what do you want in life and what is, like, your dream life that you're calling in, like, I think those are not spoken about early enough in dating. I think that it should be some of the first things you talk about is, like, do you eventually want kids? Like, do you want, like, what's
Yeah.
the lifestyle that you're wanting? Like, what kind of relationship do you want? Do you want to be able to travel all the time? Like, obviously people change, plans change, but, like, knowing what you want is so important when you're dating, because you also need to be able to, like, express that. And the sooner you express that, that is a way to, like, protect your heart.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
like-
like, and she didn't even want to kiss me until we had that conversation.
Yep, yeah, and, like, I thought we were completely incompatible because of so many different reasons. Like, one of them being, I thought you wanted to travel the world, and, like, I didn't want to travel the world. I like to root down in places, and turns out I'd ended up traveling more than I expected. But we had, like, really good conversations. I also thought you didn't want kids, and I knew that I wanted kids in the future. And so we talked about that, like, literally the first, it wasn't even a date yet. Like,
Yeah.
we were just, it was kind of a date. I mean, you tried to kiss me, and I was like, no, like, let's talk about this. I want serious. I want a boyfriend. I want commitment. I'm not going to play around anymore.
Yeah. Did you say who you were manifesting?
Yeah, so who are you manifesting?
I'm manifesting a guy who is tall, strong, nice hair, nice eyes, nice smile. And yeah, and he is independent, like he's financially stable. He has passions and interests. He likes to do outdoorsy things, like physical things. And he's like very masculine in that he makes decisions. He knows how to like do things in the physical, but then he can also hold space for feelings, and in the feminine he can like listen, and that he's open to heart connection and love, and like he loves me.
Yeah.
And romance, like I want that commitment. I want that partnership, and a partnership where we both feel free to be ourselves, to pursue what we love. Like I love to travel. I don't know, it'd be great if he loves to travel too, but also letting him do all that he wants to do, play everything, and like feeling like I get to do that too, and there's a mutual trust, and that we can also love who we want to love, and like have that trust that the intimacy, the physical intimacy, is only between our relationship. And yeah, he's funny, artistic in whatever way, maybe musically. Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves animals.
Those are great qualities.
Well, yeah, that's great, Rocky, and I mean, you should enjoy the time you have like with yourself right now, like being single. Enjoy that, because at any minute, this man could walk in to your life. So
It could happen real fast.
yeah, and then I also wanted to just like talk about because we're gonna wrap this up soon, so we can all go to the beach. But like, do you have any info you want to share on your yoga retreats at all?
Yeah. Yeah. So, this next retreat is March 20th through the 27th in Costa Rica, in Uvita. And we still have a few spaces left. It's called Reset and Rewild. So, a space to drop into yogic practices to reset and nourish your nervous system, as well as unleash your wild, untamed, uncontained self through exploring in nature, kundalini dance. So it'll be a nice combination of those things. And it's with my dear friend Renee, will be co-hosting with me. And I'm just super excited. Leading transformational retreats is my ultimate passion, to create lasting transformation. And yeah, and you can also follow me on social media for more updates and upcoming events, Rockadoodle-doo, or
On Instagram.
on Instagram,
Yeah.
or
As a rooster does that, makes
Yeah.
that same noise.
with an R,
Yeah.
or rockyoneil.com is my website, or resetandrewild.com is the upcoming retreat site.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll link all of that below.
Yeah, I also just wanted to share that Marley has a book about past lives.
Yeah.
And because she went through a spontaneous awakening. And she wrote a book about it and she published it this year.
Thanks,
And
Kevy. Yeah. So you can also find the link for that down below. It's called Before I Live, I Die. How I Overcame Fear of Death Through Past Life Healing. Mary Marley O'Neill is my full name. So yeah, that'll be linked down below too. Yeah, and gosh, I guess I also like there's so much that's going through my head right now and I want to close this, but do you think you'll be doing any retreats with Kundalini dance
Yeah,
in the future?
this next one has Kundalini dance.
Oh, okay. Do you feel like you can give like a short synopsis of what Kundalini dance is? Because I don't think very many people know what that is.
Yeah, Kundalini dance is it's kind of like ecstatic dance, but it's really a dance of prayer to the Divine Mother, to Shakti, the Earth Mother, to strengthen our connection with the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine energy. And we call her up through our breath, through our movement, into our bodies to show us all that we need to see, all that we need to feel, to heal, to embody divine love. So Shakti comes in and she essentially kind of scrubs us clean of all the unwanted programs, patterns, energies that are not ours. And we bring it to love. We offer up to source what we no longer need, and then we bring down the divine masculine into every chakra. So it's essentially a dance of divine union to embody your true self.
That sounds amazing. I've done it before and
Wow.
I found it to be very activating, very cleansing, and it's almost like to be able to like move and create shifts in your body. It's very like embodying, like it brings you into your body. There's a lot of like meditation that you can do that kind of brings you out, but like Kundalini dance feels like it really brings you in your body and like cleanses everything. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and you also do like guided meditations too, kind of, right? And actually, what we could do is if you wanted to do like a 2-minute guided meditation to close the podcast, if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. I do want to, like, before we do that, I do also want to close just with, like, Kevin and I do offer, we call it conscious consulting.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
And Rocky's just running to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
I think she's been having sneezing attacks. But yeah, we do offer conscious consulting for anyone who's interested in, you know, bringing more harmony into their relationships. Kevin and I will work with you 2-on-1, or if you're in a relationship, we'll work with you and your partner if you feel called. I can kind of like target the karmic cycles that you might be locked in. If you're experiencing kind of the same cycles repeating over and over, I can help you break those cycles. And Kevin is very like practical and grounded, and like how can you take grounded action to bring in what you want, whether it's a partner or more just stability in your life, in your relationships. I mean, yeah. Our focus is like healing relationships, but ultimately relationships are impacted by everything in our lives, like finances.
Totally. And you can book a, what is it, like a free 15-minute call with us.
So that's linked.
Consultation.
Down below.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Rocky's ready here, we'll have her guide us through a little guided meditation. Yeah, I mean, I think those were like really good.
Yeah, that was really
stories that she shared with us, and wow, like I'm just like props to her for just like opening up and being so
Yeah.
vulnerable with us. And we haven't yet really talked much about sexuality, but I think that was a really good way to like initiate that conversation. So Rocket, you want to guide us through? Are you up for it?
Sure.
Okay.
Cool.
You want to guide us
Down
through
for
like
it.
a short 2-minute meditation to bring it to a close?
Okay. So just sit up nice and tall, grounded. Begin to soften through the crown of your head. Soften your eyes, your jaw, shoulders, hips, and just feel the earth beneath you. Just notice your breath. Aware of your in-breath, aware of your out-breath. Just letting everything else fall away for a moment. Watch your breath. And just feel each breath beginning to draw you into your heart space. Just observing how your heart is feeling. Connecting in with this source of unconditional love. Each breath you take, strengthening this love within you. Feeling this sense of coming home. Coming back to this truth that love can never be taken away from you, for it is you at your core. Just feel this source of love expanding to fill your whole body, every cell, every crevice, filling until you're overflowing with love. And allow this bubble of love to expand beyond your body, beyond the room you're in, the house, the town, bigger and bigger, covering the whole country. And the whole planet, connected to all there is. Allow your awareness to come back to this country, state, city or town, this house, room, and back to this body, back to your heart, and back to your breath. May you always feel love with each breath and share it. Thank you, Marley and Kevin, for having me today.
Yes, thank you for being on
Thanks,
our
Rocky.
podcast, Rocky.
That was really lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.